How's it going, everyone? My name is SwingPoynt, and welcome to a game called The Deed. Basically, what The Deed is about is killing your sister so you can get your inheritance from your father. And it's a really supposed to be serious game, but when you actually read the dialogue, it's really funny. So you play as a guy named Aaron Bruce. He is the son of Malcolm Bruce and the rightful heir to the Dunshiel house. Right. And he has recently discovered that his tyrant of a father intends to disinherit him in favor of his deranged younger sister. His relationship with his family has been strained, to say the least, and he's decided that the time has finally come for his sister to be removed from the equation. He intends to put her out of her misery. Unfortunately, his sister never leaves the house, which makes the matter a little bit more complicated. He has not visited the family in some time, and he can't bear to be in there for very long. However, his presence on the night of his father's 50th birthday will cause no suspicion from when he tries to murder him. He must choose the timing and method of the deed very carefully. Tonight is the night. The deed will be done tonight. The bell invites us. So yeah, that basically is the whole story there, right? So, what you do is you play as Aaron Bruce, and you're gonna walk around his old house, and you get to pick 2 items, and one of those items has to be an evidence item, and then one of those items has to be a murder weapon, and what you do is you try to come up with a combination that will work to make it so you can kill your sister without getting in trouble with the law. So you have to go through a little bit of dialogue here, and you can walk through the house and like discover different things, and then based off of what you did while you were in the house, that causes the questions that are asked to determine whether or not you were guilty or innocent. You'll see what I mean. 7 hells, George! Who's been responsible for maintaining the gardens? It used to be Big Jack Willis, sir. He's been dead for almost a year now, sir. I do a little here and there, but I can't on the much account of my own bad back. My sister hasn't offered to help you, then? Miss Jennifer isn't really the outdoor type, sir. I know, George. It was a joke. Very funny, sir. Let's go inside before the ocean comes to Dunshiel. I don't know that's how you say his name. But you'll see very quickly that this game's kind of ridiculous. Homecoming. Converse with your relatives and search the house for useful objects. Objects are divided into 2 categories, items of evidence and weapons. You will only be allowed to pick 2 objects from around the house before dinner commences, so choose wisely. After dinner, you will have a chance to plant an item of evidence if you wish, and then commit to the murder. You can access your inventory by pressing escape or X on your keyboard. There are many ways to do the deed, but only the cunning will succeed. Now, there's a bunch of different ways to do this, right? And wait till you start seeing some of the dialogue, because it's so freaking hilarious. Good evening, Mr. Aaron. May I take your coat? Of course. I would rather keep my coat, or only if I can take your dress. What? And then there's like an option like that on every single one of these chunks of dialogue, where you're just like this like stupid pig. Yes, take this blasted wet thing off of me. You're new, aren't you? Sophia's my name. I recognize you from your pictures, Mr. Aaron. I'm not new, exactly. I've been employed by your family for almost a year. It's just that you've never visited before. Well, I'm offended. What are you trying to say, dear? Nah, I've been busy. You can do a bunch of different playthroughs on this, right? So our first one, we're going to try to take a little bit seriously. We're going to try to commit the murder without, alarming anybody else or, causing suspicion. I mean, people might be alarmed that there's a dead girl in the house. You know what I mean. Gotta keep suspicion on the down low. My work keeps me very busy, unfortunately. Oh, I understand. I've been away from my family a lot since I started this job. You are here now, and I'm sure you are very eager to meet with the others. Your father is inside the library on your left, and your mother is in the parlor, which is on your right. Okay. Your sister's upstairs in her room, I think? Okay. Oh, where can I find you, my pretty? Oh, dude, I kind of want to do a playthrough of this where, I see if I can, bang her or something. No, I'm aware of my own damn ass, woman. Yeah, thank you. And what's kind of goofy about this game is all these different options, you're very welcome. I'll be in the kitchen preparing dinner. I'll sound the bell when dinner is served. All these options, have really obvious choices, I feel? Okay, so let's see what you're doing here in the kitchen. Let's just go visit the kitchen right away. Oh, I can go down. Okay. Walking into the pantry, you begin to salivate with the promising scent of roast beef coming from the kitchen and beyond. And then pretty much all you do is you look around through your items, and then sometimes some things for lore pop up. I played through this a little bit beforehand, so I could kind of, know what I was doing when I was trying to talk to you guys about it. You find nothing interesting in the drawers. On the top of the cabinet, however, you see a blue box marked rat poison. Take the rat poison or leave it where it is for now. I'm gonna leave it where it is for now. And then, as you can see, you get to pick 2 items. One of them can be a murder weapon, which is, rat poison. That's not evidence. That's a murder weapon. And then one of them can be a piece of evidence. So we have to lurk around the house and try to find random things to make it, so that we can maybe plant an object of evidence in one of the rooms. So when the inspector comes through, he's like, oh, well, maybe these people did it. You seem pretty clean. Let's see here. Okay, what's this? Please do not touch that. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, hello, Mr. Aaron. Is there something I can do for you? I'm sure you can do lots of things for me, lovely. I want to ask something about your time here. Ooh, what do I want to know? What about your time? Ooh, what am I going to ask? Well, how do you deal with my father's temper? What's it like working for my insane sister? Does my mother treat you well? Has George been bothering you? Does my mother treat you well? She has a habit of falling on bad terms with the servants. Can't imagine why. She has been an absolute delight to work for. She even increased my salary when your sister's condition deteriorated, and I had to provide some care for her. Not every employer would have done that, so I'm extremely grateful. Huh. I only worry that Jennifer's strange outbursts caused your mother a little too much stress. More than once I've heard her swear that she can't take it anymore. I'm sorry, I must get back to work now. I'll ring the bell when dinner is ready. Okay. And now, I bet you can take the knife and stab my sister or something. It seems the maid left a sharp knife in the kitchen unattended. How foolish of her. I'm not gonna take a goddamn knife. That's so freaking obvious. I guess this is, it seems like it's set back a little ways. It's not 2015 with this DNA evidence all over the place. But really, a knife? You have no reason to interfere with the saucepans and crockery. Okay, well, we talked to her, and I kind of want to talk to each different character, and then see how that ends up playing in the end of the game when the inspector comes in to talk to us, because I know that happens every single time. Some dude's like, I'm here to see what happened to the dead lady, and then he just tries to determine who done it. And I guess I don't know if I mentioned it, but the bigger goal here is not just to kill the sister. The reason why we want to kill the sister is to get the inheritance, because my dad's freaking crazy and took us off of it. Even though we are the rightful heir, I think. I think they still do that thing where men get all the money. I'm not sure. Assortment of family records and heirlooms are contained within this ornate glass cabinet. With the creepy music coming out of nowhere. I don't know. Of course you do. Use that head for once, boy. Great Uncle Thomas? Ugh. What initials do you see on that silverware? CB. And what kind of half-wit spells Thomas with a C? I don't know. Well, I do. It's kind of half-wit standing next to me. Dick. Now, which of your ancestors owned that silver chalice? If you get this one wrong, there's gonna be serious consequences, boy. Who the fuck cares, right? God damn it. Some old frickin' silverware. I'll say one thing for my father, his style of parenting has always been very consistent. Okay. Nothing on this old lectern, so yeah. And you'll see, I think the dad is, still a dick. You decide now is not the time for lounging around. There's work to be done. The deed needs to be finished. Ah, you stupid door! Who asked you? Okay, let's go over this way. Maybe... Wasn't one of the servants over here? The groundskeeper's cupboard. George seems to have left it open. George! George, what are you doing? Among the various household tools, you spot a thick length of rope. Strangulation is certainly a tried and tested method of murder. I feel like if you try to strangle somebody, that'd make a lot of noise. Maybe not. I'm really feeling rat poison. Rat poison just seemed like such a good idea, right? You can sprinkle it on something and no one would ever know the difference. The dusty old wine cellar is where your father likes to practice billiards. The laundry room is the next door, and beyond that is the servants' quarters. Okay. Well, let's take a look here. Billiards cue belonging to your father lies across the table. This could certainly serve as an unorthodox murder weapon. Or nah. Maybe not. No. I'm not gonna frickin'... How would you even kill her? Smack her over the head? Stab her through with a... No. That just seems like a horrible choice. Nothing but wet laundry? Come on! Give me something to do some murdering with here. Anything in the drawers? Nothing. Cleaning... Oh, you could probably poison someone with cleaning supplies. Oh, shit! I don't want to take a broom handle. I didn't mean that. What did this say? The maid left a wooden broom leaning against the wall, broken in two. Might be a useful weapon. Yeah, I think I might go rat poison this first go around. What's up, Doc? Oh, hello, sir. What can I do for you, sir? You seem quite distressed about something. I don't know how to do an accent. I'm just talking like a dumbass, I feel. Well, your concerns are my concerns, friend. Come on, George. We've known each other for many years. If something is troubling you, I want to hear about it. If you insist, sir. Ever since the new maid arrived, I feel like I've been being nudged towards an early retirement. You look like you're like 30. Why would you be retiring? She is obviously being trained to become the new housekeeper. She is taking over my responsibilities one by one. I've tried discussing the matter with your mother, but it's no use. She hasn't been herself lately either. But please don't trouble yourself about it, sir. I probably should not have said anything at all. So has this maid been something of a bully? Really? I mean, maybe, I guess. What's wrong with my mother? How is she not herself? Ever since your sister's condition has become worse, your mother has been rather cold and withdrawn. Your sister's gone through quite difficult spells before, but it's never affected your mother quite like this. There's a darkness in her that I've never seen before. I shouldn't say any more, though. Sorry, sir. That's it? Okay. And I don't think he wants to talk to me. I mean, can I talk? Oh, hey. Doesn't look like he's willing to talk anymore. So let's go over here, see if there's something in here. This is the laundry, right? Oh no, it's the other servant. Okay. Broken mirror sits upon the maid's desk. Odds are that it belongs to your sister, and the maid has been hiding it here after accidentally breaking it. A shard of glass would be a poetic murder weapon. Okay, we'll think about it. Anything else in here? Maid's bed is immaculately well made. There's nothing in here but stuff belonging to the maid. Okay. Well, let's go talk to our actual family. I don't think we've done a whole lot of that yet. We have a father, a mother, and a sister. All of which are probably very crazy. So let's go upstairs. I'm feeling the upstairs. What's in here? Your parents' room hasn't changed in years. It remains a frozen time capsule of a childhood you would sooner forget. Yeah, I think this dude had a really bad childhood. That's just kind of the vibe I'm getting. It's just an old chair. But it's got a memory hidden inside of it. George said you wanted to see me, Mother. Yes. Your sister will not be returning to St. Mary's this year, Aaron. Her condition has become too serious. I see. Have you nothing to say besides that, Aaron? No, nothing. This is precisely what I wanted to talk to you about. The silly feud with your sister must stop. Why do you think your condition keeps getting worse? Perhaps it's because you refuse to even acknowledge her? You're trying to blame this on me? She killed Henry. Oh, for heaven's sake, Aaron, it was just a rat. He was my friend. I should have never let you keep that stupid thing in the first place. If you must blame somebody, blame me. Will you forgive your sister, please? Never. Very well, Aaron, you leave me no choice. I'll have to speak to your father about this. And then maybe that's the reason why? I don't know. The reason why he was taken off the inheritance is because if you read the description of the game, the whole thing is like, you were gonna get all the money and then the frickin', or maybe the house, whatever the inheritance is, and then the father ends up taking you off of the will. This house always brings back far too many memories. Probably bad ones. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting. It is only once you slide the top drawer open that you remember this is where your father keeps his shotgun. Shiny barrel almost seems to call out to you. Guns are certainly noisy but efficient weapons. Huh. Now what I wonder is if we're not going to be the one that is supposed to be caught, if we can frame somebody else, right? Like to the point where they actually go to jail. Huh. I'm curious. Well, let's head down here, see if there's anything else. Is there anything like hidden in any of these things? Doesn't look like it. Okay, let's go inside of here. You enter a surreal atmosphere of your sister's room. Mirrors of various sizes cover the walls, creating an eerie illusion of a crowded space. Okay. Ah, I thought I smelled a rat. You come to see me, little rat? Oh, you're a bitch, aren't you? I'm not a rat. I am your brother. How's that feel? You know my name. Yeah, I remember now. Your name is Little Rat. God damn it. Ratty rat, rat, rat. You used to have a pet rat, didn't you? Remember what I did to him? Oh, how he squeaked. Such great pain for such a little creature. What do you want to talk to me about, little rat? Oh, you're a dick. Mother seems worried about you. I'm gonna make you pay for everything. You know, if I want to kill her, I probably could say that. I see you're still collecting mirrors. How's that going? How many do you have now? 73 mirrors. Can you use them all at once? Well, of course not. What a silly question. You making fun of my mirrors, you little rat? You better not be. Go away. I don't want to speak to you anymore. Okay. Well, that wasn't very nice. Your sister is too busy staring at herself to notice you rifling through her wardrobe. You find a pair of silky undergarments with her initials embroidered on the inside, planted in the right place. It might weave a tale of their own. Ooh, undergarments? Oh god. So I think I'm gonna try to go through most of the items here, and then I'll just try to pick 2 of them, and then we'll see how it goes. Because I want to know, like, what my items are before I go ahead taking one, you know what I mean? Let's go out here, check out this last room. Upstairs, you look at the reflection in the mirror. Funny, you don't look much like a murderer. Or do you? What's going on here? Mother says dinner is ready. Go away, little rat. Jennifer, what are you doing? Like, why do you stare at yourself like that? Stop making fun of me. I'm not making fun, I really just want to know. I just wish that. What, Jennifer? What do you wish? I wish you'd go drown in a lake. See how ridiculous this is? Mom's waiting for you. You crazy son of a biscuit. So, my sister's obsession with mirrors goes right back to her childhood. I never could understand why I said my sister's mental. I didn't mean to say that. I was gonna say mental conditions. I'm wondering if you guys know anything about what she has going on with her, because it seems like there's a billion freaking mental health experts on the goddamn internet. What is it when somebody collects a bunch of different items like this and then, like, just loves staring at herself? I don't have the slightest damn clue. She obviously has something wrong going on inside of her brain. Like, I don't think she's getting help for it either. So, what do you think, based on the evidence of her being super mean to us, obsessing over herself, and collecting all these mirrors? You step inside your former bedroom, now a simple guest room. Most of your old furniture has vanished, probably thrown into a bonfire, knowing your father. Well, let's take a little peeky pull around our roomy-hoo. Empty. Empty. The clock is ticking. Ooh, the old bed. So many memories of long, sleepless nights spent wishing that your entire family would disappear. Okay. Anything in the no, nothing in the chair? There's at least one item of yours remaining in your former room, your old fencing sword. At least this is a weapon that you are very well practiced. That seems like the absolute worst idea. Of all the things that I'm gonna pick to kill somebody with, I'm not gonna pick the thing that's mine. Right? That nobody has touched in what seems like years. That just seems silly. Well, let's go take a little peeky poo around. We have, oh, the father's over to the left, right? Even now, the familiar musty smell of your father's library fills you with the dread as you step inside. You have too many bad memories of this room. So yeah, there's a little bit of lore in the background, which is kind of cool, but it all seems very pointed towards I hate my family. A soft glow comes from the lamp. When your father isn't looking, you quietly open the top drawer of the desk and take a look inside. It is filled with his memorabilia. Ooh, one of the items sends a shiver through your bones. It's a cruel leather toss your father used to beat you with when you were a child. Oh god! Perhaps planted in the right place it would raise questions. Oh, where could you plant that? Okay, so if we were to kill the sister, I would think that if we want the well, we wouldn't want to frame the father, would we? Because if we framed the father, he's definitely not going to do anything to change the inheritance, would he? Because I would think that we could put the leather toss in his room, right? And then we could go ahead, or maybe we would plant it in the sister's room to show that he, like, beats her with it. And then we would maybe kill her with a shotgun, because that would be his weapon, right? Ooh, I don't know, man. We'll see. What's up, doggy? Your father's best friend, a hunting dog named Beastie. Aw, he looks at you for a moment, and then he walks away when he realizes you don't have food. Okay, what a dick. Well, let's see what's on the little table over here. A hefty tome of the Bruce family history. You fell sleepy just looking at it. What's up, Dad? Don't even think about sitting here. What about here? Get away, boy, that chair's for the dog. Okay, can I even talk to you? Hello, Father. Your father remained silent for several moments, and a chill seems to pass through the library. When he finally speaks, it is in a quiet and bitter tone. You told me you'd never enter this house again, boy. Why are you here? To discuss the inheritance. I know everything. This is none of your concern. Why is none of his concern? It's his place. Isn't it obvious why I'm here? I want to put all of that unpleasantness behind us and wish you a happy 50th birthday, Father. Happy? You honestly think this is a happy day for me? Boy. Okay, here, I gotta get my nasty old dad voice out. Another day I can watch my life crumble into nothing. Another day that I see her bloodline slit down its throat. You know how it makes me happy? Move back to Dunchill. Take your proper place and do your own damn duty. So, I think he's like, just based on what we saw with the memory where he wants us to like memorize frickin' silverware pieces, he seems really, really angsty, or not angsty perhaps just really, really uptight about his family's history and making sure his bloodline continues onward. But, you know, I have to live my own life, Father. I don't want to go back there. It's too late, Father. I got my own life, my own home, my own job, my own girlfriend, my own cat, my own YouTube room. Shut up! Damn them both to hell. You think your pathetic little life really means anything? You are the last of a noble dynasty that stretches back hundreds of years. What does your life mean next to that? Everything to me? Come on, it's the only one I get, bruh. You're the same snot-nosed brat who was always here, boy. Obviously, I didn't get you enough discipline as a child. Well, Jesus. Whoa, you beat me plenty, I remember. Well, if you can't be civil, I'm just gonna go, because you dick. You're just a big old dickle face. Get that stupid caterpillar off your face. I can see that you're determined to be impossible. I think, we should better end the discussion now. You're the impossible one, boy, as always. But I think you're probably right about one thing. I have a nasty caterpillar stash. This conversation's pointless and it is now over. Get out of here, boy! Okay. Well, I'm leaving, I guess. So really the last person to talk to, I think, would be the Mamio, huh? And then I gotta go pick my items and we gotta do the deed. Let's see here. You glance over your shoulder to make sure your mother isn't looking. The red book on the desk says diary on the front. Ooh. I want to read it. I don't want to take it without reading it. I'm gonna leave it there for now. What's up, Mamio? Hi, Mom. Oh, let me sit down, I guess. So, Aaron, you finally managed to take you up here for a visit. Please tell me you aren't here just to cause trouble. Trouble is what you all deserve, whatever do you mean? I'm here to make amends. All of them sound very, very, like, fake. I'll be a good boy. No, Mother. I'm not here to cause any trouble. Quite the opposite. Oh? Our family has been dysfunctional for far too long, and I'm here to take a little bit of responsibility for that. For what it's worth, I apologize for any stress I have caused for my behavior over the years. I see. You gotta forgive me if I don't believe you, you lying son of a bitch. However, if we can get through today without any drama, I would appreciate it. Except for when I murder my sister. Have you been up to seeing your sister yet? She has been going through an unusually difficult time recently. Oh God, what's wrong with her this time? Is she gonna be okay? You sound a little worried. What's up, Ma? Well, I haven't seen her this bad in a long time. Do you remember that summer when she with the razor in the bathroom? Oh, yeah, I remember. That was the last time I remember seeing her like this. So yeah, to answer your question, I'm a little bit worried. I love how she like just looks just as young as she did. Who knows how many years ago in the flashback her hair's just gray. She looks freaking like 20. Anyway, you should go talk to your father if you haven't already. Wish him a happy birthday. And at least try to sound like you mean it. Okay. Well, it appears that's everything, right? We've talked to the maids, we've talked to our whole family, so now really all there is left to do is pick our items. So I'm gonna go do that, and then I'll let you guys know what I picked, and then I think we'll just try to go through and see if we can actually win, I guess. You managed to force open the locked drawer of a writing desk. Inside, you find pages of poetry penned in your sister's handwriting. They seem to be love letters penned to an unidentified female. From the descriptions, you would guess it's the new maid. Interesting. Ooh, that might actually be really interesting. Maybe we can go ahead and plant this in the maid's room. I mean, that would totally work, right? And then we can put in the rat poison. Or use rat poison, I guess. I don't know. If we're all gonna eat dinner and she's making it, she would be the one who poisons her, right? That would totally make sense. Dude, I'm totally taking this. Totally planting it in the frickin' room of the maid, and then we're gonna take the rat poison and totally just destroy my sister, right? Yeah, I'm feeling it, Mr. Krabs. Yeah, let's take it. Take that rat poison. I'm sure. Dinner's about to be ready. I will ring the bell to call everyone. Ooh, maybe I didn't want to be right there when she, oh god, she just called dinner in right there. She probably just saw me. Shit, taking the rat poison. God damn it. Uh-oh. Sophia, could you come here for a moment? Oh, we get to have an awkward family dinner. Great. Dude, Sophia has like the pointiest boobs. Did you see that? I just noticed that. They are like cones. Yes, ma'am. Pour me some wine. Yes, ma'am. But madam. Oh, what is it, George? I must protest. It has always been my duty to pour the wine at dinner. Oh, well, I don't want to cause any trouble. Oh, nonsense. What does it matter? Stop being overly pedantic. But don't you think you've had enough, Mother? Do you let the staff speak out to you like that? Come on, let George pour the wine. He just wants to look down your dress. Ooh, I'm torn between the top one and the third one. Let's try the top one. Careful, Mother. If you drink too much, you might end up embarrassing yourself. Aaron! What a rude little rat you are. That's enough out of you. How dare you insult your mother, boy? Interfering little rat, isn't he, Daddy? Yes, he is. Why can't you ever just keep your mouth shut, boy? Okay. Well, these other two options suck. I think I might just take the first one. Because if I tell him he needs to keep his mouth shut, that's bad. If I tell him not to lose his temper, that's bad. I kind of want to do a playthrough where I'm just a total dick to everybody the entire time, though. There might be a second playthrough of that way. Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. I must have had too much wine myself. You better not let it happen again, boy. Sophia, could you come here, please? Yes, Miss Jennifer? Oh, I just wanted to say that this is the loveliest meal that I have ever tasted. I don't know how you do it, you cunning pixie. Oh, you're too kind, miss. Of course I'll get the tea and cakes for you in the drawing room as usual after dinner. Oh, you're so good to me, you sweet thing. So very, very good to me. I wouldn't mind some of your hotcakes. Oh, God, no. Would you two stop flirting with each other? Sophia isn't interested in your advances, sister. Ooh. Ooh, okay, so now I guess what's going through my head right now is if I call out that they're flirting, then that might cause alarm amongst the other family members, right? So then once the investigator comes in, we might be able to make everybody think that that's going on. But I feel like this is also like 1930s or 40s, and gay and lesbian relationships were like super, super frowned upon then. So I feel like I might just piss everyone off. I'm just gonna say none for me. I'm full, even though nobody really asked. I won't have any, thank you. I couldn't eat another bite. Well, you weren't offered any, so there. Please, Jennifer, let's all just try to be civil. Anyway, let's not forget why we are here today. To celebrate your father's birthday, such a very important occasion for us all. You're so very dear to us, Malcolm. Happy birthday, Daddy. Indeed, happy birthday, Father. Let's hope it will be one to remember. Doing the deed. Now it's time to quickly plant any items and evidence you have. To do so, simply go to the desired room and select the item in your inventory. When you are ready, enter the drawing room to do the deed. Ooh! So I think this is the drawing room down here, right? Are you sure you want to enter the drawing room? Once inside, there's no turning back. Okay, no. I do not want to go in there because I don't want to do that without planting, right? And if I have a love letter from the sister, what I should probably do, go to the maid's room and plant it there, right? Because then they'll be able to connect that together when they're doing the evidence snooping around. So I'm going to go ahead and plant that item in here. Items, poem. Come hither, thou sweet and flamed-haired maiden. Let us play the games which have been forbidden. Ooh, yeah, see? This is what I mean, forbidden. So yeah, people weren't really, like, cool with being gay for some reason back in the day. In dusty old rooms of this home which I live in, come hither to me and do my sweet bidding. Decide to conceal this item underneath the maid's pillow. That ought to be quite incriminating. Okay, so let's go murder some sisters, dude. I'ma do the killing. I'ma do the murdering. Going in. You see Jennifer staring out the window ahead of you, lost in strange mood. She hasn't noticed you enter the drawing room. Now is the time. I'm gonna do it! Oh my god! Choose the murder weapon. Rat poison or bare hands? Ah! So I wonder if you could take the route of getting 2 pieces of evidence and then do bare hands. Like, yeah, man. Because if you did bare hands, anybody could strangle her, right? And then if you plant pieces of evidence around, it could seem like people are working together to go ahead and murder her. Interesting. Either way, rat poison. Poison, the silent weapon of an intelligent killer. Sprinkled over the cakes on the table, it could easily be mistaken for frosting of sugar. Having added a generous portion of your special topping to the cakes, you take a step back and into the shadows and watch to make sure she eats them. Sure enough, she soon turns to the plate and devours 2 of them in quick succession. The poison works surprisingly quickly. She begins to choke and her skin turns green. Ew. Finally, she falls to the ground in front of you. Examine her body and she isn't breathing before placing the container of poison on the desk. The deed is done. It is time to leave the room before anyone discovers it. Oh God! Just laying there all dead. The deed is done. Oh my God, yes. Tea and hot cakes prepared by the maid. It seems almost a shame that they will go to waste. Okay, we're running out of time here. And we're out. So does that mean I need to like be by somebody? Okay, I'm gonna hang out with mommy. Hi, Mom. How's it going, Mom? Your mother's listening to her music. You know better than to disturb her. Okay. Oh, God! Oh, the maid screamed because she found her. Oh, okay. I was like, what was the scream? She's already dead. Never mind. Oh, my God. Family, what are we going to do? Our sister is dead. Nice bowl cut. Oh, no, it's a hat. Good evening, everyone. I am Chief Inspector Winston Lewis. I understand that this is a difficult time for you and your family. You're damn right it is, you son of a bitch! I want to know what you're doing wasting my time in here while my daughter's killer's still out there. Well, Mr. Bruce, we have found no evidence of forced entry and nobody has seen entering or leaving the house. It would seem entirely possible then that the killer is in this room. How do you know that nobody left? Like, were you here the whole time? That's what I don't get that. What? No! That seems highly unlikely, Inspector. Well, perhaps it is. However, in order to follow protocol, I will have to interview each one of you in turn. Mrs. Bruce, would you like to meet me in the library first? I suppose so. Okay, so I think now it's our turn to do an interview, apparently. Thank you for joining me in here, Mr. Bruce. I'm sure this won't take long. Before we begin, I will need to search your person. Best to get to these formalities out of the way. Is this really necessary? I'm afraid so. Turn around, please. Why'd you say, Now that's out of the way, let's move on to the interview. I put the rat poison on the desk, right? That's what the text said? I should be good. As you know, I've already spoken to everyone else who was present in the house at the time of your sister's death. We have also completed our initial search of the house, but we'll get to that later. Now let's start at the beginning, shall we? First of all, we will run through all of your activities since your arrival. The maid says that you and the butler arrived short after 7 o'clock and she greeted you at the door. Later, you went to speak to the maid again, which is curious. Why did you decide to visit the kitchen? Well, let me see here. I would say to make sure my family is treating her well, right? Because that's what I asked her now. And if he's going around asking everybody, he wants to make sure that story's lined up. And if we start lying, then he's going to be like, oh. So let's try that one. Right? I had some concerns about the way she was being treated. My family can be hard on new staff members. That seems like a good reason. Okay. The two of you spoke about your mother. She was quick to tell you that your mother is an excellent employer. Later on, you had a conversation with your mother, Gloria, in the parlor. She told me that you were unusually cordial. Something about wanting to apologize and make amends. I just wanted to avoid another argument, you know, because she didn't feel like I was being sincere. Because if I pick that one, that would seem super fishy, right? And if I say this is a private conversation, then I'm totally, like, in the wrong, right? Because then he's gonna be like, oh, why is that so private? Huh? I wasn't being entirely honest. I just kind of wanted to avoid an awkward evening. I see. Well, that's understandable. She says that you spoke briefly about your sister. Apparently, you seemed a little concerned about her well-being. Well, we were worried that my sister might actually attempt suicide. Actually, I wasn't especially concerned. Well, I was more concerned about my mother's mental state. Ooh! Let's try the mental state. I was more concerned about the mental state of my mother. She seemed a little bit desperate. I'm sure that dealing with my sister for so many years had taken a toll on her. Your mother was behaving unusually then. She wasn't herself. I see. Oh, dude, I wonder if you could frame the mom. That'd be interesting. You probably could frame her. And then if you do that, they would think that the mom killed her because the sister was stressing her out so much. Oh my god, there's so many things you could do. You went to the library to see your father, and I understand the conversation became quite heated. My father's always had a temper. Of course it did. My father's an irritating man. Actually, I thought it was civil. Nah, he has a temper. My father has a very short fuse. Many of our conversations go that way. Would you say he has a violent temper? Absolutely. I see, that's good to know. You discussed the prospect of moving back to Dunshield? You refuse to do so under any circumstances, I understand. Of course, I couldn't bear living another day with my family. Okay, that's a really bad one to pick, because then it seems like I want to kill my sister, right? Or at least kill one of them. Of course, I already made my life somewhere else, and I may have considered it in the future. Nah, this one. My father fails to accept the fact that I have my own life here now, and I just will not move back here. Of course not. That's completely understandable. Well, let's discuss your conversation with the butler. You spoke about your mother's recent moods, yes? Yeah, he seemed a little worried about her. He might have been overreacting. I think he was worried about his impending retirement. I mean, he's a little worried, wasn't he? But he's also afraid of his impending retirement, right? He was worried that my mother was about to force him into retirement, yeah, which to be honest would probably be for his own good. What? I see. Did you speak to your sister before dinner? Yes. I see, and what did you discuss with her? Well, we did talk about her obsessions, right? Like her mirrors. Just a small talk, nothing at all. She insulted me and I left. I'd rather not say. Let's do the illness one, huh? I was aware that she was going through a particularly difficult period. Did she seem distressed to you? Yeah, you could say that. She was definitely not in a good place, mentally speaking. I see. Well, let's move on to the events that took place during dinner. Apparently you made a comment about your mother's drinking habits. Sorry. I just wanted to get under her skin, that's all. For her own good, someone needed to comment. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. For her own good? I felt I needed to say something. I thought she was drinking far too much. So, if she has troubles with drinking, and she's having troubles with the sister, she totally seems like a prime suspect to kill her, doesn't she? Oh my god. Do you think this has anything to do with her difficulties in coping with your sister's condition? Perhaps. Almost certainly, I guess. Interesting. Now, I need to ascertain your location of the time of your sister's death. Where were you when you heard the maid scream? So I was with Mom, and Mom's in the parlor, correct? Gloria parlor? Yeah, that's what he said before. So I was on the ground floor, and I was in the west wing, and I was in the parlor. I was in the parlor. Ah, yeah, your mother mentioned you were in there with her. As I said earlier, we have completed our initial search of the property. We found a poem written by your sister which appears to clearly express romantic feelings towards the maid. Given that we found it in the maid's room, we can be sure that she had read it. Oh, dude, you know what I wonder? Okay, now there's a couple of ways you could do this. Now, I wonder if you were to plant that in the parents' room and then use the shotgun, if that would point to the dad not being okay with the sister having romantic feelings towards the maid, and then he kills her. Ooh, God, there's so many different ways you could spin this. So many different endings. Oh my God. Perhaps it's proof that the two of them were involved in a secret relationship that would make her a suspect. I'll certainly have more questions for her, at least. I am curious about the murder weapon. The poison had apparently been sprinkled upon some cakes, which were made by the maid, prepared by the maid. However, you also must have passed through the pantry in order to speak to the maid in the kitchen. Oh, shit! Of course. Your sister may have done this to herself if it was a suicide. It's all very interesting. I will be completely honest with you now, Mr. Bruce. While some of your behavior this evening has been peculiar, I can find no cause of any significant suspicion. Yes! While there is some suspicion regarding your father, I don't currently regard him as a serious suspect. Oh, so the ooh. I also think the evidence surrounding the maid is worth another look, so we totally could frame the dad, but that's the thing, you don't want to frame the dad, because if you do that, he's definitely not going to give us the inheritance. I also think that taking another look at the evidence surrounding your mother is a good idea. Oh, so you're just going to take a look at everybody again? Okay. Despite her condition, I do not believe your sister committed suicide. Now, as for what happens next, you can go for now, but I would appreciate it if you did not leave town. I may have more questions for you later. I think another interview with the maid will be required also. And I'll need to be speaking to your mother again. The verdict of suicide seems unlikely, I'm afraid. Who done it? Although the inspector harbored suspicions about you, you were not brought in for further questioning. Yes! Sophia the maid was taken in for questioning and initially became the prime suspect, but it was determined that there was not sufficient evidence and led to an arrest. You'd gotten away with murder, it seemed. However, You had not given them sufficient reason to suspect anyone else either, and your father harbored suspicions of his own. Some years later, you were surprised to see his obituary in a national newspaper, and horrified to learn that he had given his estate and possessions to a trust organization. You had committed this foul act for nothing! And now there is nothing at all to give you comfort at the long night when the demons of your past came to haunt you? What? Come on, man! Wow, he really hated us. He really hated us. He gave all of the fortune away to who the fuck ever else. God damn it. Okay, so I wonder there's a bunch of different ways we could have done that. Now, wait, maybe we could have been like, yes, father, I'll move back, and then maybe he would have been more okay with the idea of giving us the estate. Maybe we could have pointed the evidence to really, really frame somebody. I don't know, man. There's a bunch of different ways I feel like this could have gone down, though. I might do another episode of it. If you guys like this, go ahead and smash that like button. If you thought it was interesting, you'd want to see different outcomes, totally let me know in the comments. Go ahead, leave a like. That would really mean a lot. And if you like games like this, go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. But aside from all that, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I really, really liked it. And I'll see you guys in the next video that we do around here. Meow! Oh, they're banging! Wait, what? Meow. How's it going, everyone? My name is SwingPoynt, and welcome to Hatfall, a game about putting on hats. I played it very, very briefly.